Hello Year 9s. The second part of today's lesson, and in this part we're looking at the roots. Okay, so when we first started looking at this unit, plants, we were looking at it for plants for food. So if we take a look at a couple of items of food, here we've got onion. What you can actually see is an onion is a root vegetable. You can actually see well-dried roots at the bottom here. Potatoes, again, another root vegetable. You can actually see the roots coming out of here because this is a seed potato ready to go in the ground. So, plants for food. Plants actually store their glucose as starch in their roots. Okay, and potatoes are full of starch. You've actually done some starch tests to prove this. Now, what we've actually got then here is we've got a small baby kale. Now you can see the baby kale here, and you can see the leaves. The leaves are quite nice, they look nice and big and broad, so they're big surface areas so they can absorb as much sunlight as possible, photosynthesis. And what happens is during photosynthesis, glucose is made. So the leaf and the plant will use some of that glucose immediately for respiration, which continues 24 hours a day. So, but the glucose that it doesn't use is moved to the roots of the plant, and it's moved through what we call a vascular system, which is a network of pipes, if you like, veins, and they move, it moves dissolved sugars and ions and, well, minerals really, up and down the plant. So what we've got then is we've got our roots. We can actually focus in on here, look at our roots. Now the first thing you can notice is, if you wait for the visualizer to get focused, the first thing you can notice is they're a different colour to the leaves. Okay, so the leaves are green, the roots are white. And the reason they're white is because they don't have chloroplasts in them. They don't need chloroplasts because there is no sunlight under the ground, so they won't photosynthesis. But what they do is they absorb lots of water by osmosis, which is a special kind of diffusion. So the roots take in water by osmosis, which is a special kind of diffusion. And to do this, there's a large surface area. If we were to take a microscope, what we would actually see under here is we would see what we call root hair cells. So, and these actually increase the surface area of the root that's available for diffusion, and another process called active transport that the plant uses to absorb minerals. So, moving on then with a new share. What we've got then is I'd like you to watch the video about roots. This one. So if you click on the link on your email, okay, or on the frog assignment, what you'll actually get to is this section here, which will talk to you through about roots.
The roots of plants are highly adaptive. On the surface of the roots, you've got cells called root hair cells. That's what I'm drawing now, root hair cells. Root hair cells increase the surface area.
Okay, so I'll just show you the root. He's now drawing on the root hair cells. And he'll go into more detail there in 3 minutes. And then what you can do is you can do the quick quiz and do the worksheet. Once you've done that, you can then look at your booklet, because you should be equipped to do all the tasks in this booklet here. So lesson 3, how does a leaf get hold of water? So what you need to do is read the information, have a look at the diagram. You might want to make a note of this and make this bigger in your book, maybe use a full page, and identify the different parts of our root hair cell. You can actually see that it's very similar in its structure. It's got a vacuole, it's got a nucleus here. Also got mitochondria, a lot more mitochondria than the leaf, and that's because a process called active transport needs lots of energy. Now, this will talk you through, okay, active transport, but only briefly. Okay, and here we've got another picture of a blown up picture of a root hair cell, and you can see active transports happening here. Now, diffusion happens where substances move from high concentrations to low concentrations. Now, in a plant will have a high concentration of minerals, and in particular this one's magnesium. Okay, so a plant's got magnesium in it, okay, lots of it, but it wants more, and it will need to absorb it from the surrounding soil. And to do that, well, it can't do it by diffusion, because diffusion moves high concentrations to low concentrations. In this case, you've got a high concentration inside. So what needs to happen is the plant needs to move magnesium from a low concentration to a high concentration. And it does this by a process known as active transport. There is actually a little animation on eChalk, if you're interested, that goes into the detail that you'll need to know for GCSE. And that's on eChalk in the biology section. And if you look at plant photosynthesis and plants, if you look down that section, you'll see a short animation on active transport. So once you've watched this video, gone through the quizzes, etc., you can then do questions 24 right through to 31. So question number 31 is basically a 6-mark question, but you should have enough information here to help you. Just make sure that you get 6 points. You may need to do some research about what chloroplasts do, what the nucleus does, what the cell wall does of a plant from the work that you did in Year 7 using the Caboodle biology book. So if you log on to Caboodle, you should be able to find the appropriate page numbers there. So good luck, and I hope this is okay.